Okay, now with let's see if the if white French trans girls and trans women will take uh, their new freedom that their government has given them. Okay, of asking or buying feminizing hormones, or asking to the doctors or buying feminizing hormones in pharmacies. Okay, because the reason why is that they tend to be racist among against each other because they don't like their face. They don't think they're, how should I say, pure enough to become girls or women, and they're like super like fanatic over the purity of girls and women, the purity of who they are. Okay, so they tend to lie to each other about hormones, about psychiatrists and psychologists, like I've mentioned that before. And they basically hobbled themselves by breaking their own ankles, shall we say, like figuratively, okay? Or they prevent. So let's see if they'll take their new absolute freedom. France have compared to other countries have passed the finish line, and they have finished the race for for transsexuality, meaning they have given absolute freedom for all boys and girls, men and women, to go to the doctors, ask them, I want these sex aesthetic hormones, okay? And the doctors, apparently they're obliged to give them what they want, okay? And also, or to go, like, I don't know if they can go, which, it could be possible that they can't, which it would be possible, which would be plausible, that they go to the pharmacy and then they go directly to buy a 1 month worth of Androcure, estrogen, testosterone, and the pharmacist will only give them the right amount for 30 days. So that will cut off the idiots or the imbeciles that will take like 30 3 will buy 300 to 1,000 Androcure pills and take as many as they can per day. So in about 3 days or 4 days or like 1 week or month, they will become their super bimbo. Okay, so I mean it did happen in France. Um, so I'm not so that's a rationale because when you go to the pharmacies only give you a set amount of because I've seen them. I've seen there's a friend of mine in France. He's Gaulois, from the non-noble. Okay, um, and he has an absolute hate towards male sexuality. So, and like I seen him taking like 1,000 grams, no, 1,000 milligrams of Androcure one day, and I said, no, yeah, like you're gonna kill yourself. Like, I mean, anything, even vitamin D will kill you. Even vitamin C, if you take over 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C, it will destroy your kidneys. Vitamin D will destroy your kidneys also if you take that many. So like that counts for anything else, like alcohol or anything. Okay, alcohols or even meat, too much sugar. It does. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay, so France have given them since 14 December 2022, the French government had decided to give the right to all trans people to go to the doctors and ask them directly for the hormones testosterone, progesterone, estrogen, and androcure, and to for aesthetic reason. Okay, some of them, the ones who can't pay for them, which I doubt it unless they're on welfare or like they're very irresponsible. Even a person on welfare could pay these molecules. Okay, so So they can have them free. Okay. And apparently, okay, they could, young trans people could have like puberty blockers from 12 years old to 16, and then the sex hormones from 16 and beyond, and all surgeries, mastectomy, hysterectomy, phalloplasty, and also vaginoplasty. They could have it after 18 years old, like so 19 years old and up. Okay, they could have them. Okay, me personally, I wouldn't let girls who want to become man. I wouldn't want to grow up as man towards man. To grow up as to be man, I wouldn't let them having testosterone at 12 years old. Okay, because of male pattern baldness, which is almost irreversible. Almost technically, it can be reversible, but that depends how old they are and how many stem cells or pluripotent cells you have in your body, which are the source cells or the stem cells. Okay, because the immune system, well, as you grow old, you produce less and less of these cells. Okay, and also you acquire a lot of viruses and bacteria, which lowers the amount which your body is too occupied to beat these, to try to battle these micro in French it's like envahisseurs, those my god. Okay, I keep forgetting words. So that's it. Now the reason why I wouldn't as giving testosterone to girls, the other reason why, besides male pattern baldness, is that testosterone, if it's the real molecule, if it's the natural, not a fake testosterone. Okay, if it's a fake testosterone, that means it's like half the molecule looks like the real one, but the other half doesn't look right. It's not the same. It's not the same atoms attached to it. Okay, so what happens is that the enzymes cannot really change that fake testosterone into estrogen. Okay. The thing is, testosterone is a precursor of estrogen, and estrogen tends to make you stop growing. Okay, the 17 beta estradiol. Okay, 17. I wonder if I could see. You can't see it. Okay, so now let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna erase it there. Okay, 17 beta estradiol will stimulate the osteocytes. The chondrocytes. Okay, chondrocytes. I'll also write it there. Okay, to replicate themselves. When they replicate, this goes like this. Okay, they replicate and you grow vertically. Okay, but the thing is with the 17 beta estradiol is that each chondrocyte has maybe about 1,000 replicates. 1,000 times they could replicate, and each time that 17 beta estradiol stimulates these cells to replicate, they lose up the amount of their amount of replicate. Okay, replicate. So you grow fast. You could grow up to 6, depending, how much. Also, it depends also how much, how much food, how much proteins you intake, and how much calcium you take. So you could go up to from 5 feet to 6 feet. That's why a lot of girls grow fast, very, very fast because of the 17 beta estradiol. Okay, but 17 alpha okay 17 alpha estradiol tends to what it does, it stimulates the chondrocytes, okay, stimulate the chondrocyte to become osteocytes, okay, and the osteocytes are the bone cells. And what the osteocytes do, they build up the bone matter all surrounding it. So what happens is that the cartilage plaques at the epiphyse. The epiphyse are the two ends of the diaphyse. The diaphyse is the middle part, and this is the where the arthros, where they're hooked up to the other bones, okay, to the other bone thing, okay. That's a femur, okay. I didn't draw the femur that well, okay. So that's the leg bone, with the top leg bone, which is the femur. Okay, so that's the femur. So what does 17 alpha estradiol stimulates the chondrocyte to turn itself into osteocytes, and then you stop growing. So basically, if a boy has too much testosterone at 12 years old, he will become a dwarf, like a Tolkien dwarf, okay? He'll be wide, he'll be strong, but he will be short, okay? He'll look like a Tolkien dwarf, he'll look like Puck in Marvel, or he will look like Wolverine in Marvel, which are short man, okay? So that's what it does. I mean, so girls, that's why I wouldn't give them testosterone at between 12 to 18, even 12 to 21, because of male pattern baldness and also being too short, okay? It depends what they want also, okay? And I wouldn't give them like puberty. That's me. It's not like, I mean, I can't push it because I'm only me. I don't have that much power over the government, especially the French government, because I'm in Canada right now, okay? So I wouldn't give them even puberty blockers, because it's a synthetic. Any synthetic molecules in your body, like, I'm all skeptical about it. But 17 beta estradiol is it's the natural hormone. You find them in humans, you find them in other animals, and you find them in plants, or like flowers especially. Same thing with testosterone, same thing with progesterone, okay? As a matter of fact, testosterone gets changed mostly into 17 alpha estradiol. The progesterone will, if you go by the progesterone pathways, most of it will get changed into 17 beta estradiol. 17 beta estradiol is the feminizing, according to Westerners. 17 beta estradiol is the feminizing hormone. 17 alpha estradiol is the masculinizing hormone, according to Westerners, except for the Chinese seem to think otherwise, okay? But that's them, okay? So now let's see. So basically, like I said, the French themselves have finished the race towards transsexuality. There's other parts, like there's the social and the political. That's another matter. I'll talk about it like another time. But but for transsexuality, they have finished. It's the biggest thing. I think it's a waste of time to try just to get officialized female or officialized males, for the simple reason it's not, because there's no good reason why they want to do it. And also it states that a It has something to do with, it states that a female cannot look like a man, a male cannot look like a female, like a woman in a secondary sex characteristics way. Okay, so to me, the biggest, like I said, the biggest thing is to get the freedom to buy these hormones, testosterone, progesterone, and all the 4 types of estrogen that we know. 17 alpha estradiol, 17, well, the 3 types, because 17 alpha estradiol, don't buy it because it will masculinize you, because this here adds at the surface of the also it adds at the surface of the bones, which widens up the bone. Okay, it also widens up your facial bones, it thickens up your facial bones. That's why you have a masculine face, because of 17 alpha estradiol. It adds on the surface of the bone, surface. 17 beta do not add at the surface of the bone. As a matter of fact, it could stimulate the taking up of bone matter from the surface, but it adds from the interior of the bone. And also it keeps the 17 beta estradiol is the most important one, because it keeps the brain healthy, and also it keeps the bones resilient and flexible and dense. Okay, the inside. Okay, and so what else too? And also what girl? Okay, my message is that scientists or physicians or medical doctors or biologists, what they should give is an anti-estrogen to girls, or partly like a weak estrogen. So that weak estrogen will compete with the 17. Will compete with these 2 powerful estrogen. So it won't use up. The 17 beta estradiol will not use up the amount of replication each chondrocytes will do, and also it will block off the 17 alpha estradiol of stimulating the chondrocyte of turning into osteocytes. Okay, so that's what the rationale. What else too? I keep forgetting something. Okay, so, and also phytoestrogen is can be also an anti-estrogen. Okay, phytoestrogen will link up to the estrogen receptors, especially the 17 beta estradiol receptor, the beta estrogen receptors. So, but at the same time, phytoestrogen will upkeep the brain's, the health of the brain cells, and also the resilient and the flexibility and the strength of the bones. Okay, but the phytoestrogen will not stimulate, or very weakly will stimulate the chondrocytes, or very weakly will make you grow. Another thing also is that if you look at boys who were castrated before 12 years old, they tend to be, by the time they're 31, they tend to be giants. Okay, they grow up like over 6 feet, very well beyond 6 feet. That's because they have very few testosterone in their body, so the testosterone do not change into 17 alpha estradiol nor a 17 beta estradiol. So these boys tend to grow very longer. Okay, maybe slower but longer. Eventually they're like giants. Okay, girls, that's why a lot of girls, but from 10 years old or even 9 years old, okay, by the time like they're 15, they can be like close to 6 feet. Okay, like a fair number of girls, they get to that. But it depends. It depends what they eat. It depends. But because of 17 beta estradiol will make you grow fast. Okay. Okay, now the biologists haven't specified, but the growth hormones, okay, the insulin growth factors, which or the bone insulin growth factors, which stimulates the growth of the bone. I'm not sure that acts with for the castrates, okay, the eunuchs if they're castrated before 12 years old, before 11 years old. I do not know if the insulin-like growth factors will use up the amount of chondrocyte to replicate itself, or will stimulate. I don't no, it won't stimulate that. The Yeah, it will. Maybe it will use up, but it will grow fast. Okay, maybe it will. It depends what pathway these two molecules. The 17 beta estradiol stimulates the growth, the replication of the chondrocyte. Maybe the pathway that the insulin-like growth factors will stimulate the chondrocyte to replicate themselves, and maybe the pathway is different. So the pathway that the insulin-like growth factors stimulate the chondrocyte do not use up the amount. Let's say each chondrocyte has 1,000 replicate times that they could replicate themselves. So to make you grow vertically, maybe the insulin-like growth factor do not use by the pathway they're using to stimulate the chondrocytes. Maybe it doesn't use up the amount the chondrocytes could replicate them. Maybe it's by another way. Maybe it's the cartilage. Maybe it stimulates also the stem cells to move in, then turn into other chondrocytes, which doesn't actually used up the amount of replicates, the 1,000 replicates that the chondrocytes could do. Okay, so this is what I was trying to say. Okay, now, like I said, we'll see. Okay, as I've said, we'll see what the white French males, what white French trans women, what they'll do if they'll take that newfound freedom, absolute freedom, of buying off, of asking for these hormones. Now, as medical doctors go, there might be some medical doctors who are against transsexuality. In that case, I mean, it's their right, but it depends. I mean, if it's the only one in their region or a village, maybe the trans woman could file a complaint to the order, and then the order enforced says, well, you have to obey because you're the only one around to give them that hormone, or what this person's asking. Okay, or if some of the medical doctors who are very pro transsexuality, pro trans friendly, but they refuse certain trans person, notably white French trans women with dark brown hair who are not in the right caste system, which is the non-nobles. Okay, if that's the case, you'll have to file a complaint. You file a complaint at the Human Rights Bureau. You file a complaint to the Order of Physician or Medical Doctors of France, and also you sue the person to get, depends how much this medical doctor, this generalist has wasted your time. You could sue them between $5,000 to about $100,000. It depends. Okay, you'll have to show your rights, to activate your rights in the society. You have to do that. Also, the French government, okay, has given right to men in 1905 that they can wear women's skirts or women's dresses since 1909. So they had that before. So if a policeman, apparently in France, they have like border patrols at every commune. So when you go through, your male man is dressed up like a woman, and then he's forced to strip shirts, and also to be radicalized. In that case, you can file a complaint and even sue this person, this border patroller. Okay, because that's illegal. Okay, so now, so that's it.